So this is going to be a quick reconstruction video for the 19.81 free blind single I got last weekend, Guildford Open. It was a 12-6 scramble, so relatively simple 9-alg scramble. The edges were nothing insane, but the corners were very, very nice, especially due to how I cycle broke to force a much better case for the final com. So the scramble will be on the screen. So, I use UFR buffer for corners. So my first pair was UFL to RFD, which is the letters DL for me. Relatively simple 8 mover. And then I shot to UBL, and this is my buffer, so it's a cycle break. I initially went to shoot down here to RBD, but I noticed that this was white, and because this here is also white, which is this next target, and I just shot to L as well, I knew that it would make the final com, well, at least the next com, 2 D-layer targets. So I decided to avoid this by shooting instead to B RD. So it makes a slightly longer move count commutator, but it ended up making the final case much nicer than it could have been. So it's DL to AP, and then I had LFD to RBD for the final com, which is SK for me. So very, very nice corners. The edges, because this had an even number of corners, no parity avoidance needed. So shot to UL, and this is my buffer. So cycle break to UB, so DA. Then next to LB, which is T, down to RD, which is K, up to RU, which is I, then to FR, which is F, back to BD, which is O, over to LD, which is S, over to RB, which is J, and to J, and then LF, which is R, and then down to DF, up to UB to finish, which is U to A. So my corner memo was something like DL app suck for DL AP SK, and my edges would have been some audio of that take if OS Junior UR, something like that. So for edges, for this case, I just do a U prime to a UPA. I know there's some RS variants that you can do, but I've always just preferred to do this. For this next case, TK, I do an S prime setup to this commutator, which is quite nice. And then next I have RU to FR, which I do, I think, slightly weirdly. I do this setup here into that commutator, solve those two. And then I have OS, which is I do as the D prime M commutator. Not sure if that's the fastest, but I executed it quite well in the solve compared to some of the lockups I normally have. Then this one for JR is just simple, like that. And then finally this nice 4 mover, like that. And then for corners, really, really straightforward. This is a simple 8 mover here. And then this back here is, again, not many moves at all. And then to finish, SK is just like that. I didn't cancel moves and corners. I very easily could have done, but obviously wasn't thinking about that at the time. So, yep, that's the reconstruction for my 1981 blind single. Thank you for watching.